All right, today we're diving into a book with a title that I think pretty much everyone can relate to. When I Say No, I Feel Guilty by Manuel J. Smith. This book is all about how to break free from that awful feeling and learn to be assertive without having to apologize for it. So let me just ask you straight up, have you ever felt that sinking feeling in your stomach right after you had to turn someone down? You know that wave of guilt that just washes over you and makes you second guess yourself, all for just protecting your own time or energy? Yeah, if that sounds familiar, you are so not alone. And this quote from the book, it just nails the dilemma perfectly. It's this impossible choice, right? You either feel guilty for saying no and holding your ground, or you feel resentful and angry at yourself for saying yes when you didn't want to. It's the classic lose-lose situation. So let's really get into this internal battle. What the book argues is that this feeling, it's not some personal flaw you have. It's actually a deeply conditioned response. And the good news is it's something we can understand and, believe it or not, actually change. Does this sound like the voice inside your head? That frantic inner monologue that kicks in the second you even think about saying no? We start asking ourselves, am I being selfish? Are they going to be mad at me? And the big one, is my reason for saying no even good enough? It's an absolutely exhausting mental gymnastics routine. So where on earth does all this guilt come from? Well, the book traces it way back. It's basically a clash between our ancient, hardwired survival instincts and our incredible, uniquely human skills, a conflict that gets all tangled up by the way we were raised. They give it like this. We've all got this primitive animal brain that sees a conflict and has two default settings, fight or flight, attack or run away. But we also have this amazing, evolved human brain that gives us a third, way more advanced option, verbal problem solving. We are literally built to talk things through. But here's the kicker. The book points out that from when we're little kids, we're often taught to push down that natural ability to just speak up. We're conditioned to give in to emotional pressure. We learn to feel anxious if we don't do what's asked, to feel like we don't know anything if we don't have a good excuse, and to feel deeply guilty if we dare to put our own needs first. So all that childhood conditioning, it basically sets the stage for what the author calls the manipulation trap when we become adults. It leaves us wide open to people who figure out how to push those emotional buttons. And at the very center of this trap is one core belief, the idea that somebody else, whether it's society, your family, your boss, just some vague outside authority, is a better judge of your actions and feelings than you are. And people reinforce this idea by hitting us with a bunch of unwritten, totally arbitrary rules. You know the ones. They make us feel like we have to justify every single thing we do, that we're not allowed to mess up, that we're somehow responsible for their happiness, and that once you've said yes, you can never change your mind. Okay, so that's the problem. It's a big one. So what's the solution? Well, this is where the book gets really good. It lays out this incredibly powerful framework for breaking free, and it's called a Bill of Assertive Rights. You can think of these rights as the literal antidote to all that guilt we've learned. They're like a personal declaration of independence, designed to help you start acting from a place of self-respect instead of fear or a sense of obligation. Now, this first one, it is the absolute foundation for everything else. It says that you, and only you, are the ultimate judge of your own behavior, your own thoughts, and your own emotions. Period. No one else gets the final vote. This right is a game changer because it pushes back directly against that need to justify everything. You don't owe anyone an elaborate excuse. We've all heard it, but it's so true. No is a complete sentence. You can choose to explain why, sure, but you are never, ever obligated to. How powerful is this one? We aren't statues. We're people who learn and grow and get new information every single day. This right gives you permission to evolve. Changing your mind doesn't mean you failed. It just means you're a thinking, breathing human being. This one just blows up that fear of not being perfect. Making a mistake doesn't make you a bad person. It just makes you, well, human. The really important part here is taking responsibility for them, not letting other people use your mistakes to control you. So when you put all of these rights together, it all leads to this one central, incredibly empowering idea from the book, what it really means to become your own judge. And this is so important to get, Being assertive is not the same as being aggressive. It's not about being a jerk or steamrolling other people. It's just the calm, confident expression of your own self-respect. That's it. And that's really the big takeaway here. Being your own judge is the highest form of personal responsibility. It means you're owning your choices, your happiness, and your life, instead of handing that power over to somebody else. So, I'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. What if you started to believe that your own wants and needs were valid, just on their own? What in your life would change if you truly believed that because I want to is, and always has been, a good enough reason?